Hey everyone, it's Johnny, your independent Scentsy consultant. Welcome back to my channel and happy March to you. We are in a new catalog season for Scentsy. So we're in the spring summer 2023 catalog, which means we have to go through and smell the 10 new releases, and we have to kind of go through all the different categories and see what's back, what hasn't come back, what smells good, well, I guess that's subjective, but what I think smells good, and to give you some recommendations for this upcoming spring summer season. So today's video, we're going to talk about the 10 new releases. I actually have the bars right next to me over here. So we'll go through them. We'll read the description. We'll take some first sniffs together, see what my initial thoughts are. And of course, later on in the next week or two, I will try to get through those bars so I can give you a kind of accurate representation of what I think they smell like on warm. So without further ado, here's our new spring summer catalog. It's all fancy. Ooh. All right. So we have 10 new releases here. So the names of them, just really quickly, are Banana Leaf and Bamboo, Lake My Day, Mango Matcha, Mountain Sunset, Peace Lily Be With You, Raspberry Hibiscus Tea, Soak in Rays, Sugar Blossom, Tropic Nectar, and Woodland Meadow. So we're going to go through them one by one. We will smell them. We'll go in alphabetical order. And let me know if you've already gotten your bars, if you've ordered some. Have you smelled these yet? Let me know what you think as well. All right, so the first one is Banana Leaf and Bamboo. Lovely green wax. This is described as juicy, sweet, white peach and banana leaf, envelop, aged bamboo, and sheer mahogany. So we have, this is a fresh scent. I'm already digging that there is bamboo and mahogany in this. We'll see how they kind of play out. I don't know about this peach though. So green bar. All right, so initial is very fresh. I do get the bamboo right out of the gate, which is good because the name of the scent is like banana leaf and bamboo, so I'd be a little bit concerned if I didn't smell bamboo right away. I don't necessarily know personally what banana leaf smells like, but I would assume it's a leafy green sort of scent, and I definitely get that. I do get a little bit of this white peach. So white scents in general, so like white florals, white peach, white musk, white grapefruit, tend to be a lighter or a softer scent rather than like a pungent smack you in the face sort of scent. I do think I get a little bit of the peach, but it's, at least on cold, is not throwing me off. And for those of you who've been with my channel for a long while, you know that I'm not a big fan of peach scents. I do smell it. I think the more that I'm like aware that it's there, the more I can point it out. But again, it's not the forerunner scent. You still get plenty of bamboo and plenty of the leafy green banana leaf. As far as the sheer mahogany note, I definitely do smell it. It's subtle. It's on the undertone of this. So if you've smelled sunburst bamboo, which is like cucumber and bamboo, and it's very fresh and very light and like higher scented in the freshness category, this is a more muted fresh scent. I think the mahogany, it's very light. So if you're not a big woodsy person, I wouldn't get like, oh no, I can't handle this. This is definitely more fresh than anything else. But I think what it does is it kind of grounds the scent a little bit. And I think that's one of the things that I was missing with Sunburst Bamboo, was there just wasn't any like bottom to the scent. It felt like it was very like top and mid heavy. This feels a little bit more mid or balanced, a little bit more leaning towards like the bottom notes. But it definitely gives me a nice fresh bamboo scent. This is almost kind of what I was hoping Sunburst Bamboo would be, because Sunburst Bamboo ended up being quite cucumbery. And I love it. Don't get me wrong. It's in my club. But I think I might like this one a lot better. I think if that woody note comes out nicely and like the white peach isn't too overwhelming, I think that will be going into my club. So that's the first one. Let's move on. Next we have Lake My Day. This is another fresh scent. Refreshing lake waves lap peacefully over crisp bergamot and fresh oak moss. Oh, here we go again with our oak moss. All right. So I think Scentsy has, I don't know, maybe someone at Scentsy has taken the note that I really like oak moss scents. Blue wax. Let's see what this one smells like. Lake My Day. Oh, that's good. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of like a cousin scent to, what was it? Make Waves. I think it was called Make Waves. It's not quite as cologne-y. Bergamot sometimes gives a sort of cologne note just in general. The oak moss, I think, is bringing up more of the cologne vibes to this. But it's still like more of a fresh cologne-leaning scent rather than a woodsy or a like earthen sort of cologne. This is definitely more fresh. Almost gives me a little bit of a body wash vibe, but in a good way. Yeah, this is very very adjacent to, like, if you liked our old scents, Make Waves or Waves and Wonders, which were more in that fresh cologne sort of category. This is kind of a similar nod to that. So I like this. You definitely get the bergamot, but it's balanced by the oak moss. And then there's just definitely just a freshness to this scent. And it's not super salty. Some of them are fresh scents, especially when you get like the oceany sort of seaside, whatever, or beachy scents. They tend to get a lot of sea salt in this. This isn't sea salt because it's a lake. It's not a sea or an ocean. Yeah, I really like this. If you liked, I think if you liked glacier water, you would really enjoy this scent. It's more of a spring, lighter, slightly lighter version of that one. I feel like that one is in the same vein, but it's a little bit stronger and more geared towards like autumnal winter season. Oh, this is really good. All right, so 2 for 2 so far. All right, Scentsy. Next, we got Mango Matcha. This is a mix of mango nectar and matcha sorbet, topped with a slice of salted cucumber and a dash of pure sugarcane. There's a lot going on here. We'll see. So, I feel like in ages past, our mango scents have been slightly not mango-y enough, or just didn't really give us the mango vibe. So let's see what this one smells like. Oh, that's a whole lot of mango. Ooh, that is mango. There's no doubt about it. I do get, I don't know how I feel about that matcha note in there. It does balance it. So mango is a very like sort of top mid sort of range scent, as most fruity scents are. They're more top note, mid note level, and so they'll smack you in the face right away, but then kind of like futz out later. You do get a giant burst of like pretty authentic mango, and then you get like it's not quite like a matcha green tea where you like really just it smacks you in the face sort of vibe. But you definitely feel like there's some sort of undertone there that's like numbing or kind of mellowing out the mango. I don't know how else to describe it. It's not powdery. It's not soapy. It's nothing like that. It's not really a spice per se either. But there's something that just like softens a little bit the bite of the mango. I do get a slightly sweet note, which could be the sugar cane. I'm trying really hard to smell this salted cucumber. I think if anything, it's giving just like a hint of freshness to the blend. I don't necessarily would say like, I don't really get cucumber from this. Maybe I get like a hint of saltiness. But just to, again, I think it's to round out the sweet brightness of the mango rather than to necessarily make this like a salted scent. I really like this, and I don't know. I'm picky when it comes to fruity scents. At least on cold, I really enjoyed this one. I'll be curious to see how this warms and what notes come up on top and balance out. All right, but moving on now. We got 6 more to go through, and then we have to go through, like in other videos, all the different categories. So Mountain Sunset is next. This is another fresh scent. This is Take in the View over Wild Bluebell and Warm Woods as Coconut and Golden Amber fill the air. Lots of stuff going on here. This is going in my club. Oh yeah, this is going in my club like now. Okay, so this reminds me a lot of Cozy Cardigan. You don't have the rose note. You don't have the suede, but you do have that warm, cozy woods note. You definitely get the golden amber. There is coconut. It's not as strong as the amber and woods tones, but it rounds out that sort of mellow, rich, creamy coziness. And then you get a hint of that bluebell. It's like an upper sort of light floral note. Very fresh. Yeah, this is like the spring summer edition of Cozy Cardigan. Or like Cozy Cardigan 2.0. I'm pretty sure like I would smell the difference right next to one another. But this is definitely very similar to Cozy Cardigan. So I would highly recommend it if you're a Cozy Cardigan fanatic like me. I'm definitely looking forward to warming this and seeing how it stacks up. Because Cozy Cardigan is like ride or die for me. And this one might join that collection. All right. I see you, Scentsy. All right, next we have Peace Lily Be With You. It's a white wax, even though it's a green label. White Peace Lily and green apple harmonize with watery greens and a touch of vanilla. All right. I definitely get, oh, the apple, that's right. Yeah, oh, that's a green apple, all right. So this is a green apple floral. Do I get vanilla? This reminds me of like a floral body cream. It kind of reminds me of, it's gonna sound weird, but I think it's Bath and Body Works, like White Jasmine or whatever it is. It's that white floral hint of powderiness, but not really. Because there's a lot of that green apple in there. I've smelled this before at Bath and Body Works, I swear to God. But it is definitely a green apple scent. So if you don't like green apple in your scents, you probably won't be fond of this one. It is a watery floral, like watery white florals and green apple. I wouldn't say I would go after this if you're a vanilla person. I don't really smell vanilla on. I get like a whole bunch of juicy green apple and like a watery note. And then it's finished off by the like the white, soft white floral sort of kind of concept. I mean, it's very, very spring oriented. It's kind of like if Flower Shop wasn't in a florist shop, it was just like the remnant water versus like all the stems. All that watery, aquatic, like chilled vibe with like the fruity green apple note. Which, it's interesting because the green apple in this scent is kind of acting like fresh, rain-kissed, like, what is it? Rain-kissed garden. That's what's kind of coming out of this, but it's like a more fruity variant on it. It is the floral scent according to the categories. And I guess I do see that. I wonder how much this apple scent is going to like pervade over it, or if it's going to mellow out after starting it just to kind of round the scent. I like it. I don't necessarily love it. I'm kind of curious. It will kind of lean to which way I go depending on what it warms like. So we will see. But moving on. Next we have Raspberry Hibiscus Tea. This is a warm cup of wild raspberry and hibiscus petals sweetened with a spoonful of elderberry sugar. All right, let's see what we got here. Woo, get raspberry, no doubt there. I do get the elderberry too. It's interesting because elderberry, there's like a sort of like tartness to this, but then it's tempered with like that sugar note. It's not quite effervescent, but it's kind of giving me like a non-lemony version, like a more raspberry version of the We're All Mad Here scent from Alice in Wonderland. It's kind of has that sort of like effervescence without being an effervescent scent. You definitely get the raspberry. I do get a little bit of like a bitterness almost with the hibiscus petals. But I won't say that this was an overly floral scent. I would say that there's maybe like a hint of florals. It's really giving me like, I keep thinking like Alice in Wonderland, We're All Mad Here. Like a darker, richer version of that without the lemon. Yeah, that's what I'm getting out of this bar. I think if you like fruity scents, if you like something that's a little bit on the mellow side, this is definitely more of like a spring summer variant of winterberry apple tea, but it's not heavy on the tea note. Like you definitely wouldn't say that this is not a tea, but it doesn't scream. I don't know, maybe you wouldn't. I don't know. I guess it could lean towards tea, but it's like a fresh spring summer tea versus a like distinctly this is tea and I smell the tea note in the fragrance. Yeah, this is definitely nice. It really gives me We're All Mad Here vibes. It's like I can't get over the fact that it smells like a richer We're All Mad Here scent, uncold. Anyways, this is a fruity category scent. Definitely like that one. We'll see how it performs. All right, next we have Soaked Rays. Feel the sunshine as bright mandarin and orange flower bask in ocean air. This is a floral scent. All right, sunshine, bright mandarin, orange flower, ocean air. Yeah, I get the ocean air. I get like the citrus tones from the mandarin, and I get the orange flower too. This gives me like neroli vibes, or neroli. I think it's neroli. I don't remember. Anyways, you definitely get like that oceany, like, I see what they're going with ocean air, but it's kind of giving me like Febreze or Ozium vibes. Like, what is it? Why can't I think of it? Room spray cleaner sort of scent, like Febreze or something like that. It's giving me that sort of ozonic note from one of those rather than necessarily ocean air. Like, it's close. It might warm and be a little bit more mellow. Sometimes that happens. But on cold, it's definitely giving me like fresh cleaned room or carpet or hotel room. You do get a little bit of the citrus. You do get a bit of the floral. It's just that carpet fresh sort of scent is just bothering me. I don't know. Maybe it'll melt, like I said. Maybe it'll mellow out when it's warming. But on cold, I'm not thoroughly like wild about it. It doesn't smell bad. Like I wouldn't be opposed to warming this. But it just smells like a day of cleaning your house. If that makes any sense. All right, next we have Sugar Blossom. This is a bakery scent. Sugar-dipped golden blossoms adorn a shimmering fusion of sugared citrus and vanilla. All right, let's see what this is. So this is a bakery floral. It's not really bakery in a gourmand sense. It's not super cloying either, which is interesting. Golden blossoms, it gives me that sort of warm, sun-touched floral. Definitely floral notes in this. But then there's a sweetness to it. I guess that's where I'm getting like that sugared citrus. It's giving that sort of golden sweet sun-kissed note. I guess I do get a little bit of vanilla. But again, I wouldn't know if I would call this a vanilla scent. It's almost a little perfumey, to be honest. Like, I could see this being a fragrance mist or a body cream or a sugar scrub or something like that. It's a nice, soft, warm, sweet floral. I guess it is. I don't know. I don't understand how this is really based, like, bakery category. I get more floral, sweet floral out of this than I get bakery. Or like I said, body care, like a nice light, medium body care scent. It's nice. It's just, it's not, I wouldn't call this bakery. I think it's, like I said, I think it's like a sugary, slightly golden floral scent. That's so weird. I wouldn't call this bakery. Maybe just because of the sugar notes in this and like the vanilla, but I feel like that's a stretch to call that a bakery scent. That's me personally. Maybe when I warm it, it'll be different. It'll be like super cloying sweet and I'll be like, oh my gosh, it's definitely bakery. But right now I'm just, that doesn't scream bakery to me. All right, next we have Tropic Nectar. Tropical fruit nectar gets even sweeter with coconut milk and golden agave. So this is a coconut milk-based fruit punch. Yep, 100%. Yeah, so this gives me like your traditional like fruit punch sort of vibes, maybe a little fresher, a little bit more citrusy noted. Definitely. I don't know if it's the agave or the fruit nectar, kind of like kicking up the like pungency of it. But then it's mellowed out by coconut milk. But really, this is another sort of fruit punch scent. It's nice. It's fruitier and more, maybe more authentic-ish than some of the ones that smell like a fruit punch candy or something. But it's definitely, it's a fruit punch scent. That's what it is. It's good. Like, I don't have any necessarily negative things about fruit punch scents. I just don't hunt it for them. But it smells nice. So we'll see. And our last but not least one in the fresh category again is Woodland Meadow. Woodland wildflowers flourish beneath a beautiful forest canopy and an air of bergamot and amber. So we got florals, forest, bergamot, amber. Okay, that's better. So, just a fun little tip if you're smelling wax bars. You can't really do them if you have the testers, but pull the bar out completely from the plastic because the oils tend to settle on the bottom of the bar. And so if you just smell the top, you might not get the full breadth of what the scent is going to smell like, but the bottom is, generally speaking, more accurate. Okay, this kind of smells like a floral dryer sheet. Like, I would put this, like, it's not a bounce dryer sheet, but it's like one of those dryer sheets that's floral scented. And it's like green florals, like you're in the meadow in spring. Like the little thistles are popping out of the ground. It's not really a grass scent in here, but there is a greenness to this. And there's a little bit of a kind of soapiness to this scent too. Bergamot, I I get a little bit of bergamot, but mostly I get like almost like it almost smells like a really nice hand soap. Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting a soapy fresh vibe from this. Like, it's not pure Irish Springs or whatever like that, anything like super intense, but it's definitely, it almost smells like one of those old Dove floral soaps that they had once upon a daydream. Where it's not super soapy because Dove tends to make like creamier, milkier soaps, but I don't know, I'm just getting a little bit of soap vibes from this. Bergamot and amber. I don't really, yeah, again, I don't really get the bergamot. Maybe just a hint. I feel like that's a stretch. I definitely get like the wildflowers, forest canopy, a green note. It's not woodsy. So if you're worried about that when you see like forest canopy or making it smell like a green tree or anything, absolutely not. This is more like Julie Andrews, The Hills Are Alive with The Sound of Music, and she like is up with the goat herds on the hilltop. But not super grassy, just like fresh. Like this almost gives me more fresh air, like actual fresh air sort of vibes, outdoor air vibes than Soak and Raise, which was like ocean air but smelled like carpet cleaner. Interesting. I don't know how I feel about this one. I realistically just don't know how to feel about this one right now. I don't know that I would, I guess it is a meadow sort of scent. It's definitely not the woodland part. So if we're going along with the theme of what it's called, this is where you've been walking through the woods or on a trail and you get to this big clearing opening in the woods area. I don't know. It's nice. I'm indifferent about it right now. I have no strong opinions either way, but it's not bad at least. All right, so those were the 10 new ones. Have you tried any of these? Are you planning on getting any of them? Do any of them sound interesting to you? There's definitely several that like just right out of the gate, I can tell you that I'm very interested in. So I would say my top ones would be, probably 1, 2, 3, these 4. So I would say, in no particular order, Mountain Sunset, which is kind of like, it smelled like a cozy cardigan dupe. Banana Leaf and Bamboo, which gives me like a nice rounded, fresh bamboo woodsy scent. Lake My Day, which is kind of like a cologne adjacent fresh scent, like body wash almost. And Raspberry Hibiscus Tea. Those would probably be my top 4 that I'm really excited to warm. Ones that I think will be fine, but I'm not necessarily like, oh my god, probably would be Mango Matcha, Sugar Blossom, and Tropic Nectar, although I feel like that's just going to be a fruit punchy scent, so I'm not like expecting it to be blown away. Ones I'm curious to see how they'll perform, Peace Lily Be With You. Will this just be a green apple watery floral, or is this going to actually transform to something? Woodland Meadow, like, what's going on here? Are we actually, like, singing with Julie Andrews on High on the Hill with the Lonely Goat Herd? And then Soak and Raise, are you a carpet cleaner, fabric freshener, or are you actually ocean air? The question is still up in the air. So, hope this video was informative and you learned a few things. If you're curious about these, I will definitely get them warmed within the next week or so and try to get that video out for you guys. Things are calming down a little bit with my work schedule, so that might be a little bit more possible than in the previous few weeks. But thank you for tuning in. Hopefully I will see you in the next video. If you're new here, consider subscribing, and I will see you guys later. Bye!